In Erickson's stages of development, one stage is the preschool stage from ages 3 to 5. This stage is initiative versus guilt. Success looks like a child being able to assert themselves and feel empowered by making their own decisions, really exploring. And failure looks like a child asserting themselves a little too much, maybe making too many decisions on their own, and it can result in disapproval, and that can leave the child with a feeling of guilt. Some ways this applies to my own life when I think back to around when I was 5 years old. I talked to my mom a little bit to refresh my memory since it was so long ago. I can remember a time very distinctly when I really wanted a piece of candy. And I remember I was like, I'm independent and I can make my own decisions. And even though my parents told me not to, I went ahead and made the decision to take the candy anyway. The candy left a blue ring around my mouth, so it was very hard to lie my way through that one. And I remember standing in the kitchen being like, I didn't take it, and then eventually caving and saying, I did take it. And my parents were so upset with me because they had told me not to, and I went against them and asserted myself in my own way, made my own decision, and took the candy. Even though this is a small thing that I did, I remember feeling so guilty and like so embarrassed to my parents that I just disobeyed them and made my own choice. It's a hard age because, you're still, very, very, very young, but you're trying to, make your own decisions and you think you know best. I think that if I had seen a counselor when I was this age, around 5, the counselor would give me strategies to think what is a good decision, what isn't a good decision, what are appropriate decisions for me to make as a 5-year-old, and when I need to still listen to my parents because their guidance is key at this age as well. For development. So they could definitely do coping strategies, maybe do in session like mock situations. So have a role play situation where a child is told, these are your two choices. What is a good way and good strategies to make a decision based on these two choices that won't end up in guilt and feeling embarrassed because of disapproval? But what will give them empowerment and what is okay to feel like they are asserting themselves and making their own decision. So that is Erickson's stage of development, initiative versus guilt in my own life.